Welcome back, Radiant Soul. I'm Luna Celestine, and I'm honored that the stars led you here today. If you're listening to this on May 7th, 2025, know this isn't just another ordinary moment. Today carries a pulse, subtle yet potent, that signals transformation. For Leo, the universe is shifting the soil beneath your feet, preparing you for a breakthrough that touches every corner of your life, your work, your heart, your sense of self. You may feel it as a flutter in your chest, a quiet urgency, or a sense that something or someone is about to arrive. And you're right, the cosmic tide is rising, not to overwhelm you, but to lift you into alignment with a version of yourself you've long been growing into. But here's the truth, the stars want you to remember. This next chapter isn't about forcing outcomes or chasing perfection. It's about sacred surrender. Let go of the timelines you've clung to. Release the expectations that keep your heart clenched. The universe already knows the way. All it's asking is that you trust the flow. Because what's coming for you, Leo, is bigger, brighter, and more soul-aligned than anything you could have planned. And in the rest of today's reading, we'll walk together through the signs, the tarot messages, the shifts in love and money, the healing opportunities that are here to guide you into that new light. Let's begin. Sometimes, the path forward feels unclear, not because you've lost your way, but because your soul is asking you to pause, to breathe, to feel. Leo, if you've been sensing a quiet confusion, a heaviness you can't quite name, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sacred invitation to return to yourself. This is a moment for inner recalibration. The energies around you today are encouraging deep emotional rest, not the kind that comes from sleeping in or stepping away from your to-do list, but the kind that begins when you finally listen to what your heart has been whispering beneath the noise. Meditation, quiet walks in nature, or simply placing a hand over your chest and breathing slowly. These are not small acts. These are the doorways back to balance. You may notice old feelings surfacing, grief, fear, even flashes of regret, memories that seem to come out of nowhere. Don't run from them. These emotions aren't rising to punish you. They're rising because you're finally strong enough to feel them without being consumed. This is the work of healing, allowing what was once buried to be seen, honored, and released. Leo, you are ruled by the sun, a symbol of illumination, and today that illumination is turning inward. Let yourself be lit from within. As you slow down and reconnect with your inner world, you'll find that the answers you've been searching for externally are already rooted inside you. The more space you create within, the more clarity and peace will naturally rise. You don't have to force healing, you simply have to be present for it. And in that sacred stillness, you make room for the next part of your journey, the part where things begin to align, not from striving, but from truth. Leo, on this day, May 7th, 2025, the cosmos opens a powerful energetic current through your career and financial sector. The sun, your ruling planet, forms subtle but meaningful connections that light up your ambitions, drawing attention to the way you create, contribute, and build tangible value in the world. And this is not a moment for playing small. The skies today carry the energy of manifestation, but not in the flashy overnight success kind of way. Instead, this is about grounded opportunities that come from the seeds you've already planted. If you've been nurturing a dream, refining a skill, or quietly building behind the scenes, don't be surprised if recognition or financial growth begins to emerge. This is a window of reward, not for busyness, but for alignment. At the same time, Uranus in Taurus continues to stir the pot when it comes to stability and change in the material realm. That means disruptions or sudden shifts in your workplace, financial plans, or professional direction may arise. But here's the higher perspective. What feels like instability is actually divine redirection. The universe is helping you shed outdated roles, limited income streams, or structures that no longer support your authentic power. So, while change may come swiftly, through a new job offer, a leadership shift, or an internal nudge to pivot, trust it. You're not being uprooted without reason. You're being repositioned to rise. Financially, it's a good time to reassess your resources. Saturn's quiet influence asks for maturity and long-term thinking. Avoid impulse purchases or risky ventures today. Instead, direct your energy into creating solid foundations. Savings, steady investments, or upskilling that can serve you in the long run. Remember, Leo, abundance isn't just about wealth. It's about feeling safe in your ability to create, attract, and sustain what matters most. And today, the cosmos is gently reminding you, you have everything within you to build a legacy that lasts. All it asks is that you walk forward with clarity, humility, and courage. Leo, the cosmic currents flowing through May 7th, 2025, invite you into a rare blend of bold beginnings and sacred integration, a celestial dance between what's emerging and what must be lovingly laid to rest. Today's astrology doesn't push, it whispers. But for those who listen, it offers profound clarity. Mercury, the planet of thought and communication, is moving slowly as it nears a powerful transition, encouraging reflection, not reaction. You may find your mind drifting to past conversations, unresolved ideas, or dreams once shelved. This isn't regression, it's recovery. The universe is giving you space to see with fresh eyes what you once couldn't understand. If you've been rushing toward decisions, now is the time to pause. Let stillness reveal the truth. Meanwhile, the moon passes through a sensitive phase, activating your house of inner truth and transformation. Emotions may rise, especially those you thought you had buried, but they carry purpose. These emotional tides are washing away the remnants of your former self, clearing the space for a version of you that is more emotionally mature, more open, and more aligned with love that nourishes instead of depletes. Venus also whispers her influence today, casting a soft glow over your connections. If you've felt distant from someone or uncertain about where you stand, this is a powerful day to come back to honesty, not through confrontation, but through presence. Your heart already knows what is meant to stay, and what is ready to evolve. Let it lead. You are being called into deeper emotional sovereignty, the kind that doesn't fear intimacy, but understands its sacred weight. And in the backdrop, the sun, your ruling star, continues to strengthen your voice and visibility. This isn't just about attention, it's about resonance. The world is beginning to notice a shift in you, Leo, not because you are louder, but because you are more centered, more truthful, more real. So if you're sensing a pull, to begin something new, to reconnect with someone, to change your path entirely, know this: you're not imagining it. These are not random feelings. The stars are rearranging your life with grace and precision. Your only task is to stay open, stay grounded, and honor the transitions as they come. You are not starting over. You are beginning again with wisdom. Leo, today's lucky energy flows not only through the physical world, but through the energetic field you carry within. The number vibrations surrounding you, 9, 21, 33, 45, 57, and 69, aren't just random digits. Each one holds a unique frequency that mirrors where you are in your spiritual and emotional evolution. The number 9 calls you to release and complete, to let go of something that no longer serves your higher self. 21, whispers of divine timing and joyful transformation. 33, a master number, signals spiritual elevation and emotional healing. And the sequence continues. 45, 57, 69 symbols of realignment, intuitive decisions, and emotional growth through maturity. These numbers carry the imprint of cycles closing and new ones beginning, just as your soul is doing now. And then there is gold, your color of the day, and perhaps the truest mirror of your Leo essence. Gold is the color of abundance, yes, but not just in wealth. It reflects inner radiance, self-worth, and the quiet confidence that comes when you know who you are, beyond what the world reflects back. Wearing or surrounding yourself with gold today will amplify your field, attracting clarity, support, and even unexpected opportunities. But more than that, it will remind you, you are already enough. You don't need to prove your light, only to stand in it. When it comes to health, today's astrology speaks less about activity and more about restoration. The planetary energies gently ask you to soften, to slow, to tend to the quieter aspects of your well-being. If you've been pushing forward with sheer willpower, especially in work, relationships, or responsibilities, your body may be signaling fatigue not as weakness, but as wisdom. Listen, give yourself permission to rest, not because you've earned it, but because you're human. This is a powerful day for emotional recalibration. Meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence with your hand on your heart can do more for your vitality now than any strict regimen. The emotional body is deeply linked to the physical, and your nervous system thrives when you feel safe, loved, and seen. Drink water like it's medicine. Breathe like it's sacred. And above all, let your emotions move without judgment. The more you honor your inner world, the more radiant your outer world becomes. That's your true power, Leo. And today the universe is holding space for it to shine. Leo, within the sacred web of your life, family and personal relationships are being gently stirred, not through chaos or confrontation, but through the quiet rhythms of healing. The astrology of May 7th casts a reflective light over your fourth house, the home of roots, ancestry, emotional foundations, and what arises under this sky is not noise, but silence, a meaningful stillness. And you may notice a pause in conversations, a cooling in interactions, or a sense of distance between you and someone you love. Don't mistake this as rejection or regression. Sometimes the heart needs space to soften before it can open. What appears to be disconnection may actually be preparation, the quiet before an honest reconciliation, or the sacred pause needed for old wounds to exhale. This is not a time to force closeness or chase resolution. Instead, allow room for organic unfolding. Let go of the need to fix or explain. Healing, true healing, doesn't always come through words. It comes through presence, through patience, through being willing to sit in the space between what was and what wants to become. For some Leos, there may be a doorway reopening, a chance to reconnect with a family member who once felt out of reach emotionally or physically, maybe someone who pulled away out of fear, maybe someone you distanced yourself from to protect your peace. Now the stars are aligning to support a gentle return, not necessarily to what once was, but to something more honest, more real. If you feel the nudge to reach out, do so from a place of stillness, not expectation. A simple message, a gesture of care, or perhaps just holding them in prayer or thought. Sometimes the soul hears us better through energy than language. And if you're navigating a difficult dynamic, a relationship where misunderstanding has built walls, know this: you are not responsible for healing it all alone. You are only responsible for your side of the bridge. And if today all you can do is keep your heart soft, that is enough. Leo, your love is warm, noble, and fiercely loyal. But today, the universe reminds you that love also means trusting divine timing. Trust that the bonds meant to be restored will find their way, not through pressure, but through grace. And when they do, They'll be stronger than before, rooted not in expectation, but in truth. Leo, as we close today's journey beneath the stars, take a moment to acknowledge how far you've come, not just in outer achievements, but in the quiet revolutions of your inner world. You've shed skins that no longer fit, you've outgrown spaces that once felt like home, and though the road ahead still holds mystery, today's cosmic energy affirms you are exactly where you need to be. This isn't just another day, it's a threshold. The universe is aligning you with a higher version of yourself, one that no longer settles, no longer chases, and no longer dims their light to fit into someone else's shadow. You are learning the sacred art of allowing life to unfold, allowing love to meet you without force, allowing abundance to find its way to your open hands. There will be moments ahead that still test your trust, moments that stir old fears or call you to make brave decisions. But let this day remind you, you are never alone in the process. The stars walk with you. Your soul knows the way. And even in the pauses, even in the unknown, there is purpose. So step into the rest of this day not with urgency, but with reverence. Move gently, listen deeply, speak from the heart. The universe isn't asking you to be perfect, only present. And in that presence, everything begins to shift. Thank you for letting me walk with you today, Leo. If this message spoke to your spirit, I invite you to like, subscribe, and share your reflections in the comments. Your voice matters here. Until we meet again beneath the stars, remember, your light was never meant to be small. It was meant to lead. Keep shining.